Hello everybody, another week's passed and a lot to talk about. We'll start with what's going on in the US. A bit of a perfect storm for the dollar there, with pressure coming from several fronts. So the first front, obviously, the underlying topic to all the discussions going on at the moment is trade tensions. So a lot of pressure coming from trade tensions. It's becoming increasingly unlikely that the US and China will come to some sort of agreement during the upcoming G20 meeting. The result of this is that the markets are bracing, are preparing for a continuation and perhaps an escalation, which to some extent has already started with President Trump almost blackmailing his Chinese counterpart, President Xi. President Trump saying that if President Xi does not meet him at the next G20 summit, there will be more tariffs on Chinese imports. Not really very constructive, but we'll see what comes from there. But it's not just trade tension that is pressurizing the US currency at the moment. There's other things too. Numbers for inflation came up and they were below expectations. So we all know that the ideal inflation level, according to the Fed, is 2%. It came up at 1.8. So inflation remains very anemic in the US, below what is seen as the ideal level, which is strange. It's strange because the US have a situation of, in practical terms, full employment with an unemployment rate of only 3.8%. But there you go. It's a bit of a conundrum, but there you go. But also other things, and nonetheless, political pressure from President Trump. President Trump probably has quite a few sleepless nights, and what does he do? He uses his Twitter account. So once again, he's been on his Twitter account, and now he's been saying that the Feds are useless at their job, which is not very constructive. So all of this is putting pressure on the dollar, and we had a beginning of the week with the dollar going down. But of course, the dollar is not alone in the market, and it only performs in relation to other assets. So how have the other assets been doing? Well, looking at the UK, for example, the pound not been doing great. It all starts in a very hopeful way at the beginning of the week, where there was talks of a motion being put through Parliament to make a no-deal Brexit impossible. Of course, we all know that the Tory party is now selecting a new leader who will be also the next Prime Minister of the UK, and the short list contains only people that are comfortable or say they are comfortable with a hard Brexit scenario. So everybody was looking forward to this motion to stop no-deal Brexit, which was put through Parliament yesterday, but the motion was defeated, 298 votes against 309. Therefore, no deal is pretty much on the table. Result, pound going down, below 127 and likely to continue. In Europe, a speech from Mario Draghi highlighting the downside risk coming from trade tensions and the threat they represent to the growth of the global economy and the impact this can have in Europe, mainly in Central and Eastern European economies, because they are manufacturing economies with very intricate supply chains with imports and exports everywhere. So the euro suffered as well and has been losing ground. So is there a winner this week? Yes, there is a winner, and the winner clearly is the Japanese yen. Japanese yen is widely seen as a refuge asset per excellence, and all the investors have been looking into the Japanese currency as a safe haven. So good week for the yen, not so good for the dollar, bad week for the euro, very bad week for the pound. This is all for this week. We'll see you again soon.